folks, this is GreenXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Umineko. This is episode 132. In last episode we had the whole Halloween party where Ange became the princess by picking the almond piece out of that sort of cake. Remember, you had to select a piece. There was a little bit of user interface sort of gaminess to the visual novel that we've had throughout the entire game. Speaking of that, I did a quick Google after the last episode because I had to know. Did the selection of the piece actually make a difference of the cake? And no, it's just giving you the illusion of choice where it all gives the same end result. Sort of suits the witchiness with the illusions, right? I guess. Anyway, so let's keep on going. I became the Halloween party princess, and the tournament of quizzes and riddles just for me began. Looks like I get a medal for each puzzle I get right. That's a new picture for the game. If I get a lot, I'm supposed to get a wonderful prize from Grandfather. Okay, here I go. Who should I start with? I don't think it matters. Start with whomever you like. I better think of a killer puzzle while I have the chance. Maria, didn't you have a quiz book in your bag? Oh, I do. I'm gonna give Angie a nasty one. You bitch. Maria Oni-chan laughed with an evil smile. Looks like everyone's gonna try and bully me. I'm sure they'll think up some really hard questions. Don't worry, I'll lend a hand. Really? Of course. After all, I'm the princess's attendant. So let's give it our all together and get a huge pile of medals. Okay. Come now, Angie-sama. Start wherever you want. I, Goda, am ready to challenge you whenever you please. Whoa, not so fast. The honour of the first audience with the princess belongs to me. Angie, begin with my challenge. Okay. I suddenly got tense and my stomach began to feel tight. Then Aunt Eva gently held my hand. It'll be okay. Let's do this together. Okay. Then let's begin, Angie. This is a story about December 25th, Christmas Day. Ooh, Christmas? Even though it was October, he suddenly started talking about Christmas. Is he going to ask what day Christmas is? I mean, he just said, didn't he? I know that. It's December 25th. On Christmas Day, that's a nice image. That's when she jumped in. On Christmas Day, a woman looked up at the night sky and spoke. Eventually, the night will end, and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful if, after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again? And then the man spoke. Okay. I'll make your dream come true for you. Is such a thing possible? The day after Christmas is the 26th, a normal day. That's impossible. Still Christmas, even after the sun rises. Oh, I've got it. Huh? How? Yeah, I'd like to know how. How can the day after Christmas be Christmas again? Wah! Think about it for yourself, Angie. Ooh! What? We actually get to choose. Okay, on Christmas Day, a woman looked up at the night sky and spoke. Eventually, the night will end, and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful if, after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again? And the man spoke. Okay, I'll make your dream come true for you. Is such a thing possible? If it's another... I mean, they wouldn't ask if it was impossible, right? It's going to be possible, I would think. The sun sinks and it becomes night once more. It could be Christmas again. I mean... Yeah, if the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, so if it's still nighttime, it's still Christmas, right? I mean, right? Is that... We'll go with possible. I wonder if this matters. Oh, I see. It is possible. Yeah, that's right. After all, there are 2 nights in every day. Oh. Oh, I don't think the word in... Did I mess... I don't know. Right, December 25th starts at midnight. Midnight is during the night, so it's the first night. Then morning comes, and when night falls again, it's still the same day until midnight. Exactly. And both of those nights are nights on Christmas Day. Am I awesome? Am I awesome? With a delighted smile, Aunt Eva patted my head vigorously. Wah! Well done, Angie. I tried to make it a hard question, but you solved it like it was nothing. Well, I mean... Congratulations, Angie-san. Here's a medal for getting the first question right. Is it a chocolate medal? Genji-san held out a gold-coloured medal. Grandfather smiled at me, urging me to take it. Thank you. Keep up the pace. Well now, that's all for my puzzle. Head over there and ask whomever you choose for a quiz. It was a heavy, gold-coloured medal. If I get a lot of these right, my pocket might burst. I'm going to get so many that I can brag about it to everyone. After bowing to Grandfather, I hurried off with Aunt Eva to where everyone else was gathered. You got 1 medal. Happy days, this is so weird. This seems so spin-offy. Kinzo watched Ange go with a warm gaze. Did I make it a bit too easy? No, I think it was just right. Genji, have I managed to act the part of a good grandpa? Of course. Ange is young, and she frequently grows sick and is unable to come to Rokkenjima. She probably won't remember me well. Young children have their own kind of cruelty. They think of kindness as something ill-naturally received, and because they think of kindness as only natural, they forget about it quickly. It's no different from gratitude to one's parents. It'll probably take Angie-sama many years before she understands. Do you think she will eventually remember that I was a fun grandpa? Yes, I'm certain of it. Kinzo's expression grew slightly darker. Eventually, even Angie will get older, and she will probably hear how the public at large regards Ashuramaru Kinzo. The Ashuramaru Kinzo known by the public is completely different from the Kinzo who plays with his grandchildren. When she learns, will Angie remember the face of Kinzo the Tyrant, known of by the world, or that gently smiling face? I would hope for her to remember my smile, if possible, but such a thing is probably too much to ask for. There's no way around it. That's what children are. Oh, it's you. Children just eat up kindness, and it never remains in their memories. By the time 12 years have passed, she will surely learn what a bizarre, eccentric Ashuramaru Kinzo was. Your smile is fated to be painted over by that and forgotten. Most probably. No matter how much I spoil her, my love will not be rewarded. However, just as it takes a long time to remember what you owe your parents, Angie will surely remember someday. She will remember the smiles you showed her. Let her forget. One smile from her is the greatest parting gift I could ever take with me when my time comes. This is the essence of unrewarded love. I guess grandfathers are always unrewarded. Oh, but I've been rewarded. With Angie's smile just now to look back upon, I could happily pass on in my sleep tonight. With a lonely laugh, Kinzo spun around, setting his cape fluttering. This was all the love he could offer Angie as a grandfather. Part of him wanted to be remembered, but he knew he mustn't wish for that. That was how unrewarded love worked. After looking at Kinzo's back, Bito stared at Angie's back again. Angie, even so, please remember it someday. Remember the smile that Kinzo once showed you. Okay, so he's being nice in this arc just to be remembered for when he dies, right? Okay, whose quiz should I take next? I'm going to challenge more and more people, get more and more medals for getting them right, and get a wonderful present to show everyone. Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsui are over there. They're looking this way and smiling. I'm sure they've thought up some interesting puzzles. There's Uncle Hideyoshi, beckoning for me to come over. He's a fun uncle, so I'm sure he's thought up a fun question. Mom and Dad are across from him. They're waving at me, telling me to have lots of fun. Dad probably knows a lot of really hard questions. He might be tough. And she's quite smart as well. Over there is Aunt Rosa and Maria Oni-chan. It looks like they're reading a quiz book together, searching for a problem. Every now and then Maria Oni-chan glances over at me saying, "Ki ki ki." She can be mean sometimes, so I'm sure her puzzle won't be a nice one. Beyond them are Battler Oni-chan, George Oni-chan, and Jessica Oni-chan. Battler Oni-chan is usually nice, but he sometimes says really mean things, and I think he likes seeing me get confused. He's your brother. I get the feeling that he'll give me a really tough problem. Is there anyone who looks like they won't be mean? If I can, I'd like to start with some easy puzzles to warm me up. All the way over there again, Genji-san and Dr. Nandro. I don't think those two will be mean to me. And then there's Shannon and Cannon. Shannon knows about a lot of quizzes and fairy tales. I'm sure she'll give me something unique. Then we have Goda-san and Kumasawa-san, who are serving tea. Kumasawa-san might be tough. I kinda think she'll give me a really confusing problem. Looks like everyone might be pretty tough. Angie-chan, I've got a good one for you. Over here. Uncle Hideyoshi's calling for me. What should I do? Should I go? Yeah, why not? Do you want to try Uncle Hideyoshi? Yeah. The order doesn't matter. After all, I'm going to challenge everyone. I rolled up my sleeves and headed towards Uncle Hideyoshi. Ah, I can imagine her being like a couple of feet tall and rolling up her sleeves, all important. Ah, here you are. Mine's a tricky one, okay? I wonder what sort of question you'll give her. Don't make it too hard, okay? Too late. It's okay if it's hard. I'll solve it. Oh, looking pretty confident there. Okay, here it comes. After clearing his throat, Uncle Hideyoshi started telling his question. Mine's a riddle. Listen closely now. You know the story of Momotaro, right? The boy who floated down a river in a peach? That's right. But you know, one day, an apple floated down that river. An apple? Huh? Yep. And the next day, a butternut squash floated down it. I hate butternut squash. And then the next day, some cabbage floated down it. And the next day, a dill pickle did. And the next day, an eggplant floated by. And the day after that, a fig. What a strange tale. Did a greengrocer live upstream or something? Okay, here's the question. What floated down the river the next day? Huh? I've got it. That was quick. Did you get it, Angie-chan? I need to reread it. I don't get it. Then I'll give you a hint. There's a pattern to the things that float down the river. Can you guess what the pattern is? I got that there would be a pattern. What a huge hint. Okay, 3 options. First, an apple, butternut, cabbage, dill. So it's the first letter of the alphabet each time, right? So it's got to be a G. Grapefruit. I got it. Oh, I was nervous for that one, but nope, it's a grapefruit. I know. It's a grapefruit. I can solve puzzles like a 6-year-old. That's right. It wasn't one of the choices, but green beans would have worked too. The names all followed the alphabet. Apple was an A, butternut squash was B, cabbage was C. It kept going with D, E, F, so after F comes G. That's why the answer had to be something that started with G. Thanks, Andiva. I got it right thanks to your hint. You solved it by yourself, Angie-chan. Incredible. Yep, nice work. Now here's your medal for getting it right. Hideyoshi took out a gold-coloured medal and placed it on my palm. It felt heavy in my hand. Yeah, this is what victory feels like. I better keep it up. Bet she's glad she came now, she wasn't too sick. They're treating her like bloody royalty, like a princess, funnily enough. I've got another medal for Eva's puzzle, but I can't think of any more. Then maybe I should give Angie-chan a puzzle. You're meant to be helping us. Huh? You will? Sure. How about a quiz for the princess from her attendant? I've thought of a fun one, so please, have a go at it. And Eva smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course, I want as many chances as I can get. Okay, I'll have a go at it. That's a spirit. Okay, here it comes. We've talked about how I love to travel, haven't we? Yeah. You said you like travelling overseas a lot. That's right. So this will be a puzzle about travelling. There's a traveller in a certain place. A traveller? First, the traveller walked 5 kilometres north. Should I write this down on a piece of paper? Don't worry. The puzzle isn't that hard, so listening to it will be enough. Traveller first walked 5 kilometres north. Then he walked 5 kilometres east. Then he walked 5 kilometres south. 5 kilometres north, east, south. You mean like a blocky N? That's right. So he'd end up at a spot 5 kilometres to the east of where he started. That's what you'd think, right? But incredibly, this traveller ended up in the exact same spot he started. Is something so mysterious possible? There's no way. His compass must have gone crazy. Of course it didn't. Do you know, Angie-chan? It wasn't because of his compass. Is this a play on words? No, this is a real quiz. For a hint, why don't you try thinking about a globe? Oh shit, okay. Place does exist, but what sort of place is it? Hot place, why would that affect it? Cold place. Such a place. Well, it must exist. I don't think that's an option. Okay, so the traveller walked 5 kilometres north, then east, then south. Then incredibly he ended up in the exact same spot he started. I don't get her. I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to be a guess between A and B for me. What sort of place is it? Very hot place. Why would it be hot? So if you went 5 kilometers north, east, south, why would that be hot? Or cold? I don't get how they correlate. Check in the comments if you know. Obviously it'll be too late by the time this goes out, but why did she say think about a globe? Because it's not flat, so it's something to do with it being round, right? Went around, around, around. But no, I don't get why it's hot or cold. That don't make sense to me, so I'm just gonna have to go cold, as in maybe something to do with the North and South Pole. Guess time. I got it! It's a really cold place. It must be incredibly cold there. Perfect. Yeah! Angie-chan, you must really be a genius to get something like that at your age. If you start at the South Pole, it was... Oh my god. Then after you go north, going east just draws a circle around the South Pole. Well, so anytime you head south again, that just takes you right back to the South Pole. I'll take your word for it. I tried to make it an extra hard puzzle, but Angie-chan was just too good. Congrats. Here's another medal for you. I got a heavy, gold-coloured medal. Alright, I did it. Aunt Eva and I held up our fists in celebration. Okay, that's all for our puzzles. Go ask one of the others to give you one. Okay, thank you, Uncle Hideyoshi. Your aunt's really clever. With the two of you together, you'll be getting medals right and left. Yeah, that's right. And left. Yeah. Let's do our best together, Aunt Eva. I dashed away. Who will I ask next? Uncle Hideyoshi waved goodbye, smiling. I did get one medal. Hideyoshi and Eva watched as Angie ran off happily, looking for the next quiz. Even though that kid can wear such a cute smile, I will be the one who takes that away from her. Eva. Eva hung her head. A single tear sparkled in her eye. Why will she take it away from her? Her reaction was only natural, considering how she felt. But I wasn't able to see past it and accept her feelings. It can't be helped. You're as human as anyone else. Humans tend to be more fragile than you'd think. Even so, it was my fault. After all, I already had the experience of bringing up a child, right? I should have become a mother. And yet, I let sadness overwhelm me. I didn't do it at all. It can't be helped, I tell you. Don't think you were the only one at fault. You shouldn't blame yourself so much. By now, Eva was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook. What a sin I've committed. My sadness was no greater than hers. And yet, I decided that I was suffering the most, so I didn't accept her feelings. I'm a failure of a mother. I wasn't able to become a mother for her. That's wrong. You did your best for her, Eva-ni-san. Kyrie-san. Kyrie and Rudolph were standing behind Eva now. I know the lengths you went to keep the truth from Angie. You held out well, Aniki. Guess that daughter of ours really has been a pain and clueless about how much you suffered. After the accident of Okajima, Eva, the only one who left Okajima alive, adopted Angie, the girl who had been absent and survived. While they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. Eva tried to show affection for Angie, her last remaining blood relative. She tried to become Angie's new mother, even as she fought back the sadness she herself felt. However, Angie wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Eva, the only one who had returned alive, for stealing her parents away from her. Eva, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood these attacks. She grit her teeth and poured all of her affection onto Angie, affection that went ignored. However, the wounds Eva herself bore were also extremely deep. She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future in front of her grew dark. You tried to show Angie the same affection you once showed George-kun, but that was just my own satisfaction. Angie-chan never felt any of it. Angie was the one who couldn't accept it. It isn't your fault. But who could possibly ask that of Ange-chan when she was just 6 years old? I should have held out much longer until she could understand my feelings. Even Nissan, I want you to believe one thing. We don't blame you in the slightest. Kirie-san, thank you so much for suffering so long for Ange's sake. If that kid has a human heart, then I'm sure she'll recognize the affection you showed her someday. Thank you, Aniki. We'll always be grateful. Isn't that wonderful, Eva? Your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. So they're noticing as pieces then about things after the end game. How are you doing, Ange-sama? If you wish, I, Goda, would be pleased to challenge you. Oh, and I, Kumasawa, have a very tricky puzzle for you. It doesn't matter how hard it is. I'm not alone. I'll solve it with Aunt Eva. Goda and Kumasawa offered to challenge me. I'll have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I waved at Aunt Eva to hurry up, and she ran toward me. So, we're challenging this pair next. Who will we start with? Okay, Goda-san. Very well, as you wish. Here's my puzzle. Oh, I'll warn you, it's a toughie. I'll still solve it. I've gotten the knack of it. You better not underestimate Ange-chan. Right? Right. My. Well then, being the humble chef that I am, here's a puzzle about food and the kitchen. Makes sense. We'll fight together this time. If you don't get it, just ask me to lend a hand. I'll give you a hint. If I get a hint, does that mean I won't get a medal? It won't affect your medals at all, so feel free to ask away. Okay. In a witch's house there was a magic kitchen. Every day it would serve a freshly made meal for the witch, when she returned at an appointed time. One day, the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all of the food greeted her. Welcome home, Great Witch. I've made some vegetable stew for you, said the stew in the pot. Welcome home, Great Witch. Please quickly dip me in the stew and eat me, said the hard bread. Welcome home, Great Witch. You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away, said the white wine. Welcome home, Great Witch. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away, said the ice cream dessert. Now then, one of these is lime. Which one is it? Vegetable stew for you, said the stew in the pot. I don't see what could be wrong with the stew one. How about with the bread? Quickly dip me in the stew and eat me. No. See, welcome home, you must be thirsty, drink me right away, said the white wine. I mean, there's no lie in that, right? And D. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away. That's the most suspicious one. But is it because it would have melted? Or something like that? Let's ask. Why not get it? We might as well ask. Got the option. I've got it. The hint here is that the witch got home much later than usual. Is the ice cream right? It's gotta be. What happens when she gets home later than usual? Think carefully. The food's always freshly made and served at the usual time, right? So what happens when she gets home long after that? Like I said, it's the ice cream. I would have been right. Well, I don't know if I am right yet, but we'll give it a go. D. The ice cream. The witch got back really late, so the ice cream would have melted. So she couldn't eat it. Yeah. Nicely done. See? Ange-chan's a clever girl, isn't she? Congratulations, Ange-sama. Very impressive. How quickly you saw through the puzzle that I, Goda, put all my efforts into. It was totally easy. Aunt Eva's puzzle was harder. Thanks. Congratulations. This medal is your prize for answering my question correctly. Thank you. Okay, that was easy. Now let's take a shot at Kumasawa-san's puzzle. Well, it reminds me of like Professor Layton or something. That's the vibe I'm getting. Looks like I'm up next. Let's test Ange-sama with my specially made super hard puzzle. You ready? How hard is it? Ho ho! You'll have to wait and see. And now let the mackerel dessert puzzle begin. Mackerel dessert? Oh yeah, that was one of the early arcs, wasn't it? She used to keep talking about that. This is Kumasawa-san we're talking about, so you can bet it'll be a strange one. Be careful. Okay. The cook was in trouble. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except sabara, mackerel and leftovers. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. Which letter did he change? Okay, what's it to? If you change... you could make a grand dessert out of those left. Grand desert. Grand desert. That's where the hint is. It's wordplay. So we need to make Sahara somewhere. Change the B to a H. Is C. No? Yeah, C. There we go. The spelling's different. I got it. The letter is B. If you change the B in Sahara to an H, you get Sahara. Oh, that's correct. The last line said you could make a grand desert out of Sahara, not dessert. I figured out the trick in Japanese and English. That's quite clever for a little kid. Am I awesome? Am I awesome? You're so smart, Ange-chan. You deserve a pat on the head. I like it when you do that. Just change a single letter, and even mackerel can make a fine dessert. You starting to see mackerel's true power? The day I'm forced to serve a joke like that for dessert, I imagine heads will roll. I wouldn't like it either. I like ice cream for dessert. Of course. By the way, we shouldn't be worried, should we? What about tonight's dessert? Ho ho! I can hardly wait to surprise everyone with a mackerel fruit parfait waiting there in the kitchen. No! Everyone burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel chunks. What a shame. I tried so hard to stop Ange-sama from getting that prize, but she solved my best riddle like it was nothing. Though she said that, Kumasawa smiled. A gold-coloured medal glittered in a wrinkly hand. Angie took it. Well then, that's all for our puzzles. Please keep up the pace, get more and more medals, and win that splendid prize from the master. It's going to be a lot of puzzles. Okay, thank you. I'll keep it up. We did it, Aunt Eva. Let's keep it up. We rushed away. Okay, who should we take on next? I wish it's not saying like a total amount of medals, it's just a reused image for every time we get it right. Wonder what happens if we get it wrong. It seems that all of a sudden, the tiny girl who used to hide and tremble in Kirie-sama's shadow has grown to be so bright and cheery. With each passing family conference, one can feel the growth of those youngsters. After just a few years more, Ange-sama will surely learn of love of makeup, and will eventually grow to become a true lady. Very true. If she grows normally with the passing time, that is. A cruel fate will force the chick called Angie into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is now will not be warmed by anyone, and it will not hatch. Inside that frozen egg, will Ange-sama have no choice but to face an isolated future? An eggshell can always be broken from the inside. A cold shell may be very, very hard, but that doesn't mean it cannot be broken. Does Ange-sama have the strength to do that? Is she capable of achieving that or not? I hear that question is what this final game is all about. Perhaps we should have sent her a clearer message. If the egg cannot be warmed, could we not at least strike it from the outside to make it easier to crack? If a chick without the power to break its own shell is forced outside the egg, it won't be able to withstand the cold winds. Ange-sama will have to find that power and resilience herself. But can we not somehow explain that power and resilience to her? Words mean nothing if they are merely given. They must also be accepted. No matter what we try to give Ange-sama, it'll be meaningless unless she accepts it. You're right. No matter what we try to tell her, it won't matter unless she listens. Oh, we can do nothing but watch over her. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. We can do nothing, but pray that Ange-sama chooses a better future for herself. If Ange-sama does not abandon herself to anger for the sole purpose of distracting herself from her resignation and sadness, if she can just be honest about that one single wish that she truly desires more than anything else, then you can be certain that she will make her greatest wish come true. It's ironic. Since the very beginning, she has been denying that greatest wish of hers herself. Laughter brings happiness. Tears bring misfortune. Those who believe will be saved. People have the power to create their own futures by the strength of their emotions. I wish we could just let her hear those words. Battle-sama is very strict. He's hoping that Angie will realise it by her power alone, and is not permitted even words of this nature to be told to her. It seems we can do nothing but watch over her, and so let us at least pray. Pray that she grasps the world she desires most with her own hands. Oh. Who's next? Ah, hello. Have you selected me? Yeah. I'll have to face everyone sooner or later. Right, Aunt Eva? Right. Come on, that's our puzzle. We'll solve it in a flash. I see. Then it seems I must make it a good one. Genji, you should give her one as well. A tough one. As you wish. In that case, a tough one it shall be. Whoa. I'd hoped that Genji-san would give me a simple puzzle, but now he's saying it'll be tough. Scary. But I'll beat both of them. I can't let myself get scared. Then let's start with mine. I'm a doctor, so how about an ambulance puzzle? When you're in Japan, the word emergency happens to sound the same as the number 9 twice. If you add an emergency to bloop, you'll get an ambulance. If bloop is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. One number goes in the question marks. Hint, the difference between the two cars is half an emergency. If that is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. There's 5 options as well. There's no guessing this one really, is there? The word emergency happens to sound the same as the number 9 twice. Is that 99 or 18? If you know what I mean. Must be 99. If I had an emergency... If 99 to something, we'll get an ambulance. If you add 99 to... Let's go 5 for answer A. That's 104, we'll get an ambulance. If that's subtract 104, if something is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. I'm going to ask Aunt Eva and make it a bit easier maybe to start with. Question mark's a number, but emergency is a word. Can't add a number to a word, right? That part sounds like some kind of word game. After all, QQ means emergency and Q means 9. If you write 2 9s together, it looks like 99, doesn't it? That's what I was thinking. So if you just add something to 99, you get an ambulance? Might some number added to 99 get you an ambulance? I've got it. Oh, number 9 is 999, you know, the emergency number. Oh my god. I was doing like all these calculations in my head and it's not... You've got a big advantage here that most people around the world don't have. Then again, even people from other countries could narrow it down to 2 answers with a little math. Right, if you had an emergency to... You'll get an ambulance. Oh my god, still difficult. I can't figure it out. My head's not working. The word emergency happens to sound the same as the number 9 twice, so 99. If I had an emergency to 9, you'll get an ambulance. So yeah, it's 9. But it's not. That's not one of the answers. If 10 is subtracted from 130, you'll get a police car. But they're the same number. Might be in thick. But it's in Japan. I need to do a Google. Emergency number in Japan. So we got emergency call for fire, ambulance or emergency rescue is 119. So 99 plus 119, so that's 20. We'll get an ambulance. If 20 is subtracted from 130, we'll get a police car. And police number is 110. So yeah, it's 20. Haha! I had to Google because who would know that living outside of Japan? Who would know emergency numbers? 20. Emergency sounds like 99. If you add 20 to that, you get 119. That's the emergency number for ambulances. And if you subtract 20 from 130, you get 110. That's the emergency number for calling the police. By the way, I only Googled the what the emergency numbers are, not what the answer is for this. I wouldn't have done that. Splendid, that's correct. I knew you were a quick thinker, Angie-san. Oh, well done, Angie. What a wise granddaughter I have. Congratulations, this medal belongs to you. But what was that about the difference between the 2 being half an emergency? Yeah, we didn't really need that part. If you use that hint, you could make a pretty good guess at the answer even if you forgot what the emergency numbers were. At any rate, the gold medal glittering in Ange's hand is now mine. Okay, now I'll defeat Genji too and get another one. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's solve more and more. Yep, that's another one. Your turn, Genji-san. My friend here doesn't speak much, but his knowledge is quite extensive. Even I cannot wait to see what sort of puzzle he whips up. Now then, Ange-sama, prepare yourself. The puzzle starts now. I've never heard anyone say prepare yourself like that when given a quiz. I started to get so tense that my stomach began to hurt. It'll be okay. Hang in there. Ange gripped my hand firmly and my stomachache got a little better. Ange-sama, have you learnt division? Yeah. I learned it in cram school. Incredible, a 6-year-old who knows division. Then there should be no problems. Here it comes. This is bad. I did learn division, but I'm not very good at it. Okay, we have a lit candle 5 centimeters in length. Every hour, half of that candle's remaining length is burned away. So, in an hour, it'll be 2.5 centimeters, right? Then when its length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame will disappear. Okay. 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared. But what was the length of the candle at that time? What? 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared. But what was the length of the candle at that time? Ah, just the flame will disappear. So, when its length is... Right. 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared. I've lit candle 5 centimeters in length. So, every hour, half that candle. So, 5 goes down to 2.5 after 1 hour. Down to 1.25 in 2 hours. Burned away. 1.25, and then another hour later it'd be 0.75, yeah? Centimeters. So about 8. Let's get a hint. I think I'm on the right track, but half its remaining length burns away each hour, right? After the first hour it's burned down by half of 5 centimeters, yeah, down to 2.5. During the next hour it burns down half of that remaining length, so 1.25. During the third hour it burns down half of that remaining length. So, yeah. Can't really do it without a calculator. Do you know the answer, Aunt Eva? Ah, I've got it. This is a pretty mean puzzle. Why is it mean? This has nothing to do with division. Read thoroughly the puzzle again, carefully. What was it again? Okay. 3 hours later, the flame had disappeared. But what was the length of the candle at that time? I don't get it. I mean, if the flame, I might have to guess this one. Can you ask again, or will it just say the same thing? Saying the same thing. Yeah. I'm not getting any more hints out of this. Am I being thick? Is this something really obvious? Have a lit candle 5 centimeters in length? Yes, we do. Every hour, half of that. Half of that candle's remaining length is burned away. When length is 1 centimeter or less, the flame will disappear. 3 hours later, the flame will disappear. But what was the length of the candle at that time? I don't know. Is it a trick one where it's going to be 0 millimeters? Because why would there be a 0 millimeter option otherwise? She said it's not about division at all, but how? How can it not be? I'm gonna have to guess it. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong, I think. I'm not picking up on what it means. The flame had disappeared, but what was the length of the candle at that time? We'll go for 0. I don't know. My sincere apologies, but that's incorrect. Oh no. Got first one wrong. Why? I know I did the math right. You see, there's no need for math in this puzzle. He tricked us good this time. Too bad, Ange. Did you get it, Nanjo? Yeah, of course. Division's unnecessary. This was an easy puzzle, one that even Ange-san could have solved. Not only Aunt Eva, but everyone else said that the math wasn't needed. They worked so hard on that division. That's all for my puzzle. I believe several others are waiting for you to challenge them. But what's the answer? You can't just say that. You can't just say that and not tell us the answer. No time to get down. Now's our chance to turn things around. Yeah, I'll try even harder and get lots of medals. We dashed away. I'm gutted about that. He's not going to tell me. Okay, many puzzles left. I have tons of chances to get medals. Who should I challenge next? What do you think? Do you want to challenge Aunt Natsui and Uncle Kraus next? Yeah. Let's beat them. Very well, we'll play along. The two of us have prepared some formidable puzzles for you. Should I go first? Or you? I'll start. Very well. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. White, black, white, black, white. Ooh. Black, white, black, white, black, white. Is this same backwards as forwards? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It might be. Huh? White, black, huh? I'll say it once more. White, black, black, white. Black, white, black, white. Black, white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not... That question mark one's just a black, is it? No, it can't be. What's the question mark stand for? This is a really hard one. Yeah, that. Looks like the white and black are alternating, but the question mark's between a white and a black. Is it grey? Is it that easy? This is a surprisingly hard one coming from you, Natsui's Nissan. Aunt Eva was groaning. Apparently this one's really tough. Is it really so hard? Or what's the question? Like, what is it? Like, but what are the options? It's a chance that some people won't understand if they haven't had the right experiences. Eva-san aside, I think Angie-chan would have seen a lot at school, kindergarten. What the heck? I don't have a clue. Is there a problem that I could get easier than Aunt Eva? It's hard. Okay, so this is the order. What's the question mark stand for? It can't be white or black, can it? I don't think. Something at school. It's not... I think it might be red, but why? Why would it be red? I don't understand. Is it a Japanese school thing? Hint for this one's probably what Natsui Nissan said about something you might see in school or kindergarten. Do you know what it is, Angie-chan? No, I'm stuck. See, even Angie-san says she's stuck. Give her at least a little hint. I see. A hint. They may be different colours, but you get a beautiful sound no matter which you push. Beautiful sound? Are these black and white things something that makes sounds? Black and white things that make a sound when you push them. What? I don't know. It's obviously not going to be an empty space, right? White, black, white, black, white. I don't get it. And the image ain't helping with the flags. I don't think it's going to be grey, because we were given that as a solution from Angie, and that would be too much. White and black. I think red, because it's the odd one out. I don't get it. I give up too. It seems even you know some pretty hard puzzles, Natsui. Wrong then, yeah? It's the sort of puzzle that brings out one's upbringing. Perhaps it was a bit too hard for you. What did you say? Aunt Natsui, could you tell me the answer? The answer is a keyboard. White, black, white, black, white. But why is that? Keyboard? Oh, a piano keyboard, right. That's right. The blacks and whites are the pattern of colours on a keyboard. In which case, you must already know the right answer. I wouldn't know that. I've never done piano, so... Aunt Natsui smiled at me, but I don't really remember what a keyboard looks like. Too bad. I better have a go at Uncle Kraus's puzzle and redeem myself. Ready? It's Nissan's turn now. We'll solve it in a flash and teach him a lesson, okay? How interesting. Looks like it's time you were taught a lesson. Stop it, Aunt Eva. Don't make him mad. You'll make the puzzle harder. If there's anyone you have to blame, it's Eva. Now take this brain twister. Here's a puzzle about the tenants of a skyscraper I've invested in. Okie doke. Once upon a time, there was a 7-story skyscraper. The following companies were located on the following floors. Okamura Securities Co. Limited was located on the 7th floor. Iwamura Realty Co. Limited was located on the 6th. Tamura Transport Co. Limited was located on the 5th. Murokoshi Publishing Co. was located on the question mark floor. What goes in the question mark? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, or 4. Where's the hint here? Let's have a look. Okamura on 7. Why is that 7? Is it to do with like the symbols in Japanese sort of writing? Because I wouldn't know that either. This is not. Security on the top floor? No? Co-limited. They're all co-limited, so I saw companies like that. Private. Okamura on top. Iwamura. So it's not like alphabetical again, going down. Okamura Securities is not syllables. Okamura Securities. Iwamura Realty. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. No, there's not a number of letters in the first words. Tamura. I don't know. Let's ask Aunt Eva. Why not? I don't know anything about this skyscraper, so there's no way I could know. I know what's in floors 5 and above, so the answer must be somewhere between floor 1 and 4. There's no doubt about that. That's not a hint. Do you give up? I won't give up. Key. So you're saying that Murokoshi Publishing Co. is on floor X? Not floor X. The floor. It's the same either way, isn't it? Ah. Aunt Eva suddenly stumbled on something, and she started counting on her fingers, starting from the first floor. I've got it, Angie-chan. Try saying them aloud, starting from the first floor. There's only one thing, only one that fits. What do you mean? Saying them aloud. Starting from the first floor, she said, yeah? First. Oh! It ends in TH, so it has to be fourth. What the bloody hell? How didn't I get that right away? D. Fourth. Can't be third or second. The fourth floor. Well done, you got it. From floor 1 to floor 4, there's only one floor that ends in TH. The fourth floor. Yeah. The fourth floor fits, but the other ones are the first, second, and third. Nicely done. Even I didn't figure that out until I had the answer given to me. Apparently Uncle Kraus once had this puzzle shown to him, and he wasn't able to answer it right. He looked a bit downcast to see a kid like me solve it. For some reason, he looked even more mortified to see that Eva had solved it. How strange. Come on now, let's see that medal. This medal is a mark of Angie-chan's intelligence. I mustn't let you have it, Eva. So loser. Thank you, Uncle Kraus. Am I incredible? Very much so. You're a more flexible thinker than your uncle. I'm proud to have you as a niece. Okay, that's another one. We've only missed 2 medals so far. That's not too bad going. I'm not a big puzzle sort of person either, so that's not bad going. That's all for our puzzles. I do hope you enjoyed them. I did. Thank you, Aunt Natsui and Uncle Kraus. Hope you can enjoy all the tricky questions without worrying about your medal count too much. We all hope that this becomes a wonderful night just for you. We really are enjoying ourselves. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Kraus and Natsui smiled at them as they dashed away. Ah, are we getting a midway point? I thought there would be a lot of questions for one chapter. Yeah, I guess we are. So, okay. We missed a couple, and I guess I could load it back up and do it again and try and get them all, but I don't, does it matter really? Let's see how we naturally go through it, is it? So, this has been Greeny XI. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit when we carry on with the puzzles. I'm assuming the next episode will have all of the remaining puzzles. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.